All right, so we're going to walk through an introduction to the Mixpeak indexing and search pipeline for videos and images. On the screen here, we have a sample indexing pipeline. It contains the source of the file that we're going to be indexing. In this case, it's a video. It has the collection ID. And the collection ID is the unique identifier where everything gets stored in the backend, as well as indicating that we should not be saving it. And then various video settings. And these settings are what describe to the indexing engine how to go about indexing it. So we're saying every 10 seconds, run all of these models here. Model 1 is basically just reading the text from the screen. Model 2 is generating an embedding of the 10-second interval. The next model is transcribing the audio, transcribing the spoken words, the conversations, etc. And the next one is creating a description for the 10-second interval. And read, transcribe, all of the video descriptor models, as indicated in the docs, also support the ability to append a prompt to, if you want to kind of specify the output of how the model pulls out this segment. And the next one is basically instructing the model to say, hey, this is a unique JSON output that I want from that video, from that 10-second interval. And this also includes a prompt if you want to be more descriptive with how you decide to pull out this object from the 10-second interval. And so we run that now, and we get a task ID. And this task ID is basically what we use to pull for the status of the indexing. And so if we do that here, we see that it's processing. In a couple of minutes or maybe seconds, the video will be finished. And once the video is finished indexing, we can grab this file ID. Once the video is finished indexing, then we'll have all of those 10-second intervals already chunked up and the data extracted. And so let's grab that here to see what the status is. Cool, looks like it's done. And let's go through some of these characteristics. So we have the video segments, start time, end time, text. So this was the text on the screen. We have the transcription. Again, these are for each of the segments, start time, end time. We got the description. A bit of a bug here. We'll definitely fix that. The next one. So also we got to make sure that these start and end times are in order. We've got the text on screen, transcription, description. We'll ensure that the JSON output. So if we recall, we're pulling out emotions as an array of strings. So we're pulling that out. And finally, we have the start time and end time. So we can also pull out the search. Let's find search. Go back to, let's just ensure that we're using the same collection ID. And then we go into search here, text, and then we'll use that collection ID. And we'll just say happy woman. And this is just using the embedding that we outputted. And since we only have one video in the collection ID, testing 1, 2, 3, that will be the only result that we have. But as we can see, it's actually going to be sorted based off of where the result is most relevant based off of that segment. So the score isn't too far off, but I could see just based off the description alone, the woman in the video smiles, her eyes lit up. And mind you, we're not actually using the transcription, description, or text in this search. We're using the embedding that was pulled out, the semantic embedding that was pulled out from that video segment. Yes, and that's the introduction to the Mixpeak video indexing pipeline. It's at mixpeak.com. We also have the docs here that outlines everything that I just described. And if you would like an API key yourself, just go into the Get Started link and request an API key. So we go into our account here, go into account, and then we have our API key here. So use that, and then that's how you run everything that we just described. Thank you.